Hello all, in this video we are going to discuss a model answer for the previous year question from land reforms. It is seen that from the year 2013 to 2016 for mains there was a mains question from these land reforms. So this says that this is a very highly probable area for the coming mains. That's why we have chosen this topic. So the question we are going to discuss is from 2013 mains. So we can go through the question. We have chosen this question because if you go through the question you will understand that this is a very basic question from land reforms area. So if we are able to answer this question, this will help us to answer any future questions from this area in a better manner. So from the question we can understand that there are some areas which we need to answer to. That means establish relationship between land reforms, agriculture productivity and elimination of poverty in the Indian economy. So the first part of the question must answer the relationship between land reforms, agriculture productivity and elimination of poverty in our country. Okay. Then second part of the question must look into the difficulties in designing and implementation of agriculture friendly land reforms in India. So to answer this question, as an introduction, I think it would be better if we begin with showing the importance of land for agriculture sector. That is, if we compare other sectors with agriculture sector, we will understand that there is a direct relation between the land and the final output from agriculture sector. That is, the size and quality of land is affecting the agriculture output. So now let us discuss about the body of the answer. That is, first we have to address the first part of the question, that is relation between land reforms, agriculture productivity and elimination of poverty. So first we can bring in the problem of small farm size and fragmentation of land holdings in our country. Okay. This is to bring in the relation between agriculture productivity and poverty, relation with land or land reforms. So to validate the problem of the small farm size and this fragmented land holdings, we can say or we can bring in the fact that 85% of the total land holding, it is seen that it belongs to people who owns lesser than 2 hectares of land. And again, or else you can bring in this fact, that is 60% of the total land holding, it is owned by people who are having land that is less than 1 hectare. So this small land holding and fragmented land holding creates the problem, like it hinders infusion of technology into agriculture sector. That means like that of use of hybrid varieties of seeds or other farming techniques, and also hinders capital investment like that of more irrigation or mechanization of farmlands. Thus it leads to lower yield or lower agricultural productivity. Therefore it is seen that poor farmers who are owning this small piece of land or fragmented pieces of land, they will be trying to add more inputs like that of fertilizers to come up with better yield. But it is seen that because of the constraint of this small piece of land or fragmented land, it only lead to this input inefficiency. That means it does not result in better yield. Hence, it will result into higher cost of production for these poor people and they will get only lower income. This says that these poor people, already this marginalized or small scale farmers who are very poor, they will be again pushed into poverty. That means the situation will be perpetuating poverty. And again it is seen that in rural areas, okay, you know that the major kind of occupation is agriculture, and it is in rural areas like us, there will be large number of farmers, but it is in this rural area there will be large number of landless people. So this lack of access to land in this rural area is one of the main reason for poverty, or we can say that it increases the incidence of poverty in rural areas. Hence, from all this above points, it is understood that it is essential land reforms must take place in order to increase agricultural productivity or to eliminate poverty. This we can say that first land reforms must take place. We can think about eliminating poverty. That is, in different states there will be stipulation on what is the maximum amount of land each person can hold, or it is known as ceiling on land hold. Okay. So in states, people who are holding land beyond that limit, okay, so land from them will have to be redistributed to the people who are not owning any land. So that is meant by land consolidation. Thus, land reform must take place first in form of land consolidation, so that land from this people who are holding land more than or beyond the stipulated limit can be redistributed to this poor or landless people, especially in rural areas. Then next, to solve the problem of the small land holding and fragmented land holding, we can say that promoting land leasing or contract farming in such areas where there is lot of problem of fragmented land holding, this can make more land available to these farmers, especially through land leasing and again even through contract farming. It will provide the benefit of increasing agriculture productivity and providing better income to these people, and also will help in reducing the poverty in those areas. Next, we can come to the second part of the question, that is, we can try to answer this part, difficulties in designing and implementation of agriculture friendly land reforms in rural India. So first let us discuss the impact of previous land reforms. That is, as land is a state subject, it is seen that the effect of previous land reforms varies. So in different states it gives a different picture, and again the problem of the compilation of this land records and timely updation of these records. This says that there is lack of this yield land records, which makes it, this 2 points says that this makes it very difficult to design such a agriculture friendly land reform, because policymakers ought to know about how, especially there is a problem of this fragmented land holding. So this is very important, or this is a challenge. Then the next important point we can bring in, that is, there is this huge pressure on land. As you know that population is increasing year after year, so the demand for land for various other purposes are also increasing. So from the point of view of designing or implementation too, it is very unlikely, or it is very difficult to come up with such agriculture friendly reforms, as it favors this agriculture sector more, but as the situation says that there is so much pressure on land for various other sectors, and again this lower productivity or lesser contribution to economic growth while compared to other sectors also makes it difficult to come up with such a bold agriculture friendly land reform. So, along with these problems, it is seen that there is large land lobbies influencing the government, and it is the lack of political will that is the main challenges for implementing this agriculture friendly land reforms in our country. And again, you know that though land is a state subject, land acquisition it comes under concurrent list, so that also adds to the challenge of implementing agriculture friendly land reforms in our country. Now we need to conclude the answer. Here we can suggest that along with agriculture friendly land reforms, or along with implementing agriculture friendly land reforms, we also need to focus on increasing land use efficiency by increasing or by making use of land saving technologies and bringing in high cropping intensity. So, for a land scarce but labor abundant country like ours, this will bring in better agriculture productivity or increase output from this agriculture sector, and also will increase the employment opportunities, this reducing the unemployment in our country, leading to overall development of our nation, contributing to the social as well as economic growth of our country. Then I think as the word limit for this question, as you know, it is 200 words, but if you have to discuss different angles for this question, I think it is not necessary that you have to go for an introduction for this answer. Even you can directly address, you can start by directly addressing the question. And again, it is not necessary to come up with all the points that I have discussed. You can select the most important points, and also you can bring in your own words and very simple sentences so that you can stick to that 200 word limit. Thank you.